welcome to another episode of Conversation with Successful Entrepreneur. I know, guys, it has been a few weeks since I've done this. Now, it's only because we are all busy and we are all busy making sure that the moolah is coming in, right? So I took a little break, so I apologize in advance. But tonight, if you are watching this right now, you ought to be very, very excited because tonight, who I have with me here is Mr. Gerald Soh. And again, he's another overseas guest, right? As you can see from the chat and everything, that he is actually the second overseas guest that I have. And this time around, a little bit nearer to us, just across the causeway from Malaysia. Okay, so Gerald is a dear friend of mine. I knew him actually just 1 year ago, not too long ago. And I met him through a mutual event. And from there, I actually realized that he is a very, very successful, very, very established e-commerce entrepreneur, right? And there was during a period of time where I was really looking to see how I could diversify my business to go into e-commerce as well. And through the conversation that I have with this amazing gentleman, right? Wow. I mean, he blew my mind. The way that he could explain his concepts, the way that he could really bring you across how you could build a business online, right? In fact, now later we'll talk a little bit about it, but he have a 3-day challenge. You could set up your online business in just 3 days and make sales. That's super, super amazing. So later I'm going to get Gerald to share that with us as well. But I mean, he's one of the most giving person that I really, really know. And that is why when I asked him to come onto the show, I'm like, oh my God, thank God he agreed, right? Because I know he will have so much that he can share with you. I mean, if you just look at his picture right now, you just look at all the books behind him, you know that he reads a lot and he has a lot to share with you, okay? So guys, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Mr. Gerald Soh. Hey, Gerald, how are you?
I'm doing great, Gavin. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, man. How are you doing,
All
man?
right. Hey, I mean, thank you for already coming onto the show. I know we went a little bit back and forth due to things happening, but finally, I have you here right now, and that is all that matters. And I think the audiences will really love it. So, guys, you're watching this right now. You know, this interview really didn't come easy. So please do me a favor, like, comment, say hi, let us know that you are here, and also share this stream out. Okay, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn or anywhere else, just drop a like and comment and let me know. All right, we're going to interact with you as much as we can. So, Gerald, many people on my channel or they are watching this, they may or may not know who you are. So perhaps, I mean, I said a lot about you, but could you just give a brief introduction about yourself?
Sure. Basically, my name is Gerald. I'm from Selangor, Malaysia, and I've been, doing internet marketing since 2012, which is about 9th year now, nearly a decade. I went from literally broke, having full-time job. I quit my full-time job because I don't want to become a medical sales rep selling Viagra. I quit my job, started my own online business, started from zero scratch. Today, we've done over 7 figures in sales, both physical products and information products. And I think one of the greatest achievement myself is that, I started off as a beginner, right? But I think one of the most proudest moment for myself is I'm able to help my students to generate like now close to $3 million US dollars. And they all started as beginners as well. So that's something I'm really proud that I it's kind of like I can help someone else, and that feeling is just so fulfilling. It's money just can't buy. And yeah, I'm a full-time father working from home. We have a small team and 2 kids, amazing wife, good food. Can't complain. Yeah,
all right.
Simple life, really.
I mean, if as long as you're contented, doesn't matter, right? It's a simple life. As long as you're happy, I think that's most important, and healthy and safe right now. Because we were just talking prior coming into the live, and Gerald was just sharing with me that his state has just went into another lockdown, right? So we wish everybody is going to be safe and healthy. So please take care of yourself. But Gerald, I think before we begin the rest of the interview, right? Many people has been asking me this. I wrote it in my description as well, right? Because right now with the current economic situation, a lot of people are looking for other ways. In the past, everyone was also looking for shiny objects. They were looking for a way out, right? But they weren't so motivated. But right now, everyone is so motivated to find a way out, and so many people are running ads on e-commerce. I mean, I have many dear friends who are actively doing that. I mean, I run my own ads as well. We are running ads all the time, and my friends are telling me they are so irritated with all these ads already. They're like, "Is this real or not?" So, Gerald, I think the first question is e-commerce real? Really can make money or not?
A short answer is yes, of course. Just look at who's the richest person in the world right now, Jeff Bezos, right? His net worth has skyrocketed. They're like what 100 billion now. It's over 200 billion. And thanks to this pandemic, right? And so think about this, right? I think I can literally, I'm very assured that those of you watching this, like 9 out of 10 of you guys have purchased something online, right? I'm not sure in Singapore, probably you have like, I'm sure you probably have Shopee, Lazada, and a few stuff. In Malaysia, we have Shopee, Lazada, and all. And these are the common websites that we shop everything, right? And if you look at consumer wise, right? We as consumer, you and I, we buy a lot of things online, right? Whether it's home goods or, whether it's, some even buy, thanks to lockdown now, things like vegetables and fruits, people also buy online. And so in terms of marketers wise, it's really no doubt. Back in March when lockdown happened, Amazon, the sales was booming. They even hired over 100,000 people, right? New staff. Shopify, Etsy, all these shares just went up, right? All the big companies. So the obvious is for obvious reasons. So think about this, right? Just imagine everyone's locked down at home, right? But people need to buy things, right? Whether it's food, whether it's gifts, it can be all kinds of things, right? Necessities and all. And the only way is really they have to buy online, right? And this is not only in Singapore, Malaysia, this is whole world. US alone have, millions and millions of people. So that's why we say now Q4 is the biggest, it's the most important part of this year, because especially this year, pandemic, because right now, there are probably millions of new people who have never shopped online before, but now because they are forced to be locked down or quarantined, whatever the terminology is, they're forced to be accustomed with this new normal and try to shop online. So this year you'll see it's a spike in sales, especially by e-commerce. So yes, you can make money online. I mean, you can go to my website, you can see all my students' testimonials, and there are just a lot of them, video testimonials and text screenshots. You can see they started as beginners. They don't even know what is a website. They don't know what's domain name. They don't even know how to run Facebook ads. But through teaching them proper system and strategies, they're able to make their first sale, able to make their first $1,000, first $10,000, and then so on and so forth, right? So it's a skill to me, to me, it's really a skill where you learn how to run Facebook ads, where you learn product research and so on and so forth. So yeah, the answer is yes, you can make money online.
All right, and we'd like to say hi to Wan Ting and to the rest of you who are watching this again. So I think great answer by Gerald. So again, guys, if you're watching this right now, please don't be stingy with the love and like. Just spam the love and like button, comment down, let us know that you are here, and also share this out with your friends, because Gerald is going to be dropping a lot of golden nuggets with everybody. So you do not want to be missing that. All right. So okay, so now that we have covered that e-commerce is real, right? You can make money. And really the simplest answer that we can always get, like what Gerald was saying, whenever someone asks me that, have you bought something online? And if their answer is yes, then e-commerce is real, right? So that they already answered their own question. But many people who are wanting to get into this right now, right? They are saying that, oh my God, so many people are already coming to e-commerce. For the past 2 to 3 years, I've been seeing people teaching this and all that stuff. Is it now too late to get into this game, right? Is it too late for me to come to join this industry right now? And what would be your answer to that, Gerald?
I would say it's never too late, because people will forever need to buy things online. Especially if you look at just clothing itself, you forever need to buy new clothes, right? You can't be wearing one t-shirt for the rest of your life. People will forever be wearing clothes, watches, shoes, tools, house decor stuff and everything, right? So e-commerce has been around for a decade, many years to come. Probably the question is, which platform, what sales channel, and how would people shop online, right? One of the latest trends I'm sure you can see is like Facebook Live. There's a lot of people doing Facebook Live, and what really amazes me is that people can sell things like lobsters, seafood, fishes, and all using Facebook Live, like zero ad spend, and they're just killing it, right? So things are changing. So to me, it's never too late, because the pie, if you look at so-called the pie, it's so huge. This whole world have 6 billion people. US alone have hundreds of millions of potential customers. So the pie is so huge. If you are able to find a good product, with what we call high winning product criteria, then products that people want, then solves the problem, or whether it makes people life more convenient, or have a wow factor and all this kind of stuff, then people will you can get sales, let's put it this way. So it's never too late, really. The question is whether are you willing to put in the work, because most people, there are many ways to make money online, we know that, right? The question, so let's talk about e-commerce now. The question is, are you willing to put in the work? Because it's not like I just set up my website today and I set up my first ad, money is going to fall from the sky and all. Well, it's possible. I have a kind of like you mentioned, the 3-day challenge. I have a specific strategy, but I would say you still have to put in the work. There's no free money in this world, but yeah, those of you willing to put in the work, you will what do you call that? You will get the results.
Definitely right. So again, I think Gerald mentioned something very interesting. The pie is really, really huge. There's so much potential for any one of us to really join this industry right now. And I think the interesting thing that as we are doing this right now, today is Prime Day. For those of you who does Amazon, right? It's Prime Day, 13 and 14. And Prime Day, the amount of sales is so crazy. There's so many amazing deals that is going on right now. So, this pie is really huge, and it's really never too late. And people always, consumerism will never die. Let's put it that way. People will just keep buying new stuff over and over again. So we have covered that a little bit, but before we move on to the rest, actually there's a question. So why don't we get to that right away? So hi Dalton for watching, for joining us tonight. And okay, so Dalton actually asked a very direct question with regards to e-commerce already. No problem, we'll get to that. So Dalton's question is, how do you find top sellers from the internet? Okay, I'm actually quite curious on. I think what Delta means is how do you find top selling products on the internet? I think that would be the question. So Gerald, what would be your answer to that?
Great question, Delton. So yeah, I think I agree with you. You'll be top selling products. Again, there's so many ways. There's so many different platforms and websites. I think I can share some of my secrets today. Yeah, just for your audience. But I would say, I mean the usual ones, you have AliExpress, Alibaba and all, and they're still great. But because of COVID and all this, the shipping delay and all, you got to figure out how to sort out the shipping issues. But for me, one of my favorite platform in the past 3 years right now has been Etsy, etsy.com, right? Has been Etsy, and we are able to find really amazing products out there and high perceived value, custom-made products, personalized products. And most of the store owners that we work with, they are from United States, US, UK, Canada. We even work with shops from Ukraine, because they're very unique products over there. Shipping is not too bad, right? About 2 weeks to US or UK. So for me, I use Etsy, and one of you can implement this on Amazon as well. Any websites that have reviews, right? That gives you an advantage, because you can check, for example, if I look at this phone over here, right, whatever, the phone cover, right? And if you just check on the reviews, the latest stats, and you can see today, October 14, you have 5 reviews, right? And each of the review typically is about equivalence to 10 to 15 sales. So if you have 5 reviews a day, that's about 50 over sales a day for that specific product. So imagine every single day you have amazing reviews for that product. What does that tell you? That tells you that this product, this phone case, is selling so well. All right. So that gives you a great indication. Again, there are many methods. The other way that you can really so-called find winning products are literally you do the research yourself and you see the potential of the product, and you do a nice marketing campaign, and you make it go viral yourself. So you are the first mover, right? You're the first one to make it go viral. That is harder, but that's more rewarding, because you're like literally the first one to push it out to market, and you get the biggest pie, basically. So basically, checking reviews. Amazon, you can do that as well. Amazon as well.
Okay, so Dalton, I hope that answered your question. So if that answered your question, you can just actually type in the chat and let us know if that was a good idea, because I think what Gerald had just shared is actually 2 golden strategies, right? So by the way, for those who are for the uninitiated, SC is a ETSY, so you can actually just go online and find it. And I think just to sum it up, the first strategy is that we don't reinvent the wheel, right? We just find something that is already working, that's already selling, and then we come in and sell it as well. Because like what Gerald was sharing earlier, the market is so huge, right? As long as you have a winning product, there is a potential for you to also sell it as well. Okay, and the second one, which Gerald says that is more rewarding, right, is how you're going to be able to do better research, right? And I'm going to try to dig a little bit more later to see if Gerald can share more tips and tricks on how you could actually do that. But it's to really do your research to find your own winning product and then be the first one to push it out so that you can go out there and conquer the market, right? So I guess that is what we were talking about. And Dalton actually has a follow-up question, and he's actually asking, can Etsy allow drop shipping? So I hand it over to the expert.
Straight answer is no. So basically, we use Etsy to do research, and number 2 to reach out to the to the brand, right? And then we talk to them. That doesn't matter whether it's through email or Skype or whatever, their contact form in their website and all. And then we'll discuss with them and see how can we collaborate, and how we negotiate about the pricing and the shipping and so on and so forth. So we don't drop ship, like literally purchase directly from the Etsy platform. Yeah. So yeah, that's the short answer for that.
All right. Okay, so Dalton, we answered your question. I hope that has been amazing for you. And the short answer, again, like what Gerald was saying, Etsy don't allow it, but you just have to put in the extra step to actually talk to the people who supply it, and then you work it out from there. Okay, so now that we have answered some of those questions already, I want to bring this all the way back to 2012. Right, I'm going to bring this all the way back to 2012, where Gerald said that he first started dabbling with internet marketing. And of course, I know Gerald for quite some time right now. I heard his story, and I know of how he was selling the little blue pill. He did mention it earlier. And, I'm not going to go into that part of the story where he tell us how he was selling the blue pill, but I want to move into the part where he started his entrepreneurship journey. And I know that when you first started out, right, if I'm not mistaken, you took like 6 months to hustle and to work and to do a lot of stuff, but you didn't make money, right? And I think that is an incredible story by itself, because many people who are coming on this journey today, I would say that, when they do something like this, and if they don't make money within the first month or the second month, they're like, this is a fake thing, this is a scam, I can't make money from it, and they give up. But you took 6 months with no knowledge, no whatsoever, but you persevered, and then you make your first sale, which was like, I remember you said was $4 something US dollars, right? What was going through in your mind? What happened then? What made you persevere and continue on this journey?
Everyone have our own journey, right? For me, I graduated from university, and my first job was working in a banking industry. And I have a science background, by the way, right? I have a degree in biohealth science. I was studying organism, about diseases, body stuff, and all this stuff. And so, but I didn't want to work in a laboratory, right, doing all the tests and blood tests and all. So I decided I'm going to find a random job, literally, like whatever industry that pays well. So funny thing, I landed up in banking industry, and funny thing is, that's where I met my wife, right? So anyway, that's a different story. But then I went to banking industry. After 2 years, I realized that my income was fixed. If you convert to Singapore dollar, that's like how much? Less than $800 Singapore dollars a month, right? I was earning less than 800 Sing dollar a month back then, when I was in my 20s. And so I was like, I was literally broke at the end of every month after paying all the expenses and everything. And I was like, I need plan B. I can't be like that forever, right? I want to have time freedom, financial freedom, I want to live big house, nice cars and all. And so my mom's friend's daughter was working as a medical sales rep, and she was earning like 3-4 times of my current income at that time. And I was like, okay, right? She was a medical rep, and I have friends who are also in medical, working as a medical rep. I was like, why not I try this as well, right? And I'm horrible in selling. I'm horrible in sales, because I'm a very introverted person, right? I play chess my entire life, right? My whole life I play chess. Chess is a quiet game, right? And so I play chess my entire life. I don't really talk much, and so doing sales was tough. I remember the first doctor I see in the first day. Even after 10 months later, after me pleading him and want to treat him lunch and all, like just want him to buy one box of Viagra, he doesn't want to buy. After 10 months of hard work, he still don't want to buy. Even after I quit the job also, he don't want to buy. So I was like, screw you, man. But anyway, but really, I was that bad in selling, in sales, right? So again, same thing, a few months into the job, I was like, but what happened was really, right, the point where I really, I really gave up in my medical sales rep was my mom fell down that time. It was September. She knocked her head, hospitalized 6 days, some internal bleeding. So I was the only son there, my sister in UK, right? And so I had to be in hospital most of the time. So first 2 days, I was like, I called my boss, right, manager. I was like, can I take emergency leave? He was like, okay, yeah. And then next 2 days, can I take MC or whatever leave that I have, I'll take. And then the last 2 days, I was like, there's no other leave, right? And so the boss was like, you need to come to work, right? I don't care what situation you have to work, And I was like, what the heck is this? Like, my mom is like in a very bad situation, and I'm forced to go to work. And so I was like, I had enough of this, this nonsense thing. And so I decided this, somehow I went online, search how to make money online and all. Funny thing is, I found my friend's website, and the friend website was my ex-colleague in public bank in my first job. And I was like, holy crap, I didn't know you can sell software online. I didn't know you can make money online. I didn't know it was real, right? But I saw my friend's website, and that what made me believe. I was like, if he can do it, and he was doing very well, 5 figures a month. I was like, if he can do it, why can't I? Right? So that's where I started to explore further. And while I was still working as a medical sales rep, without going too long the story, I bought Russell Brunson's ebook, Anik Singh's ebook. I'll print out. In fact, it's here right from me. Oops. I bought Russell Brunson's ebook, and I printed out. And what I'll do is, if you see here, you see this, like highlighters? While I was waiting for doctors, some doctors, I need to wait like 4 hours to meet them. I would highlight, what is affiliate marketing? What is whatever? You see, I highlight clickbank.com and all this kind of stuff. I was learning from scratch as a beginner, right? When I was a medical sales rep. So when I have time, I'll just, go and read, try to get more knowledge and learn stuff. And so October, I finally quit my job, and I told my mom, hey, give me 1 year. I'll try this out. I'll figure these things out, right? And then, the first 6 months, nothing at all. And I was working at home, right? Wearing just shirt and pants and all. And I work really hard, 18 hours a day. I only rest for sleep, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or toilet break. That's it. Other than that, you see me in front of the laptop. I think you saw my picture, right? In a shoebox and all. I was just grinding and hustling. I do all kinds of funny stuff. Back then, we have article marketing. I did YouTube marketing. I did whatever other stuff. I did everything you can imagine. I even do MLM with the Empower Network. I do all kinds of stuff. And so my first sale, $4.59 with ClickBank affiliate commission. That was the sweetest moment, because that $4.59 proved that it's real, that I really made money online. I remember I was jumping up and down. I ran downstairs. I showed my mom, hey, I made money online, right? Yes, it's small amount, but hey, I did it. It's possible. And yeah, I never looked back since, And I started off in a different way, in the sense that I immediately invested like high 5 figures to get a mentor one-on-one, right? Not sure some of you might know Patrick Chan. He's my first ever mentor. One of the biggest names in the industry. He's in the same era as Mike Filsame, Perry Belcher, Russell Brunson, same gang, right? And so yeah, I never looked back since, right? I mean, there are ups and downs, of course, over the years, but I'm saying that it was my kind of like the best decision I made in my life to quit my full-time job to start this crazy journey. I never really thought about going to do entrepreneurship, but for me, I remember when I got started, my first goal was like, because I was earning 3,000 ringgit a month, right? I told myself, if I can earn 3,000 ringgit a month online from home, I mean, that's perfect. I don't need to drive 100 kilometers every day to go to so many clinics to get scolding by doctors, to all go through all the stress. I can be at home and make the same amount of money. That's just a dream come true. So I started from there. So yeah, I hope I cover basic. That's how I got started, basically.
I see. I mean, again, I think that's an amazing story. But you went from a 3,000 RM job. I mean, I think it was even lesser at the point of time, right? So, and then you quit your job. You told yourself that you want to do. You gave yourself 1 year to test this out, and only after 6 months you made $4, $5 US. Let's round it up,
Yes.
right? Let's round it up. $5 US dollars.
Yeah.
How did you survive? Like, what went through your mind to say that, oh, this is 1 year, I will still go for it, right? And it doesn't matter. It took me 6 months, right? Because I'm sure by the second month and the third month, the fourth month, you'll be like, oh my God, is this real? Is this going to happen? When is it going to happen? But you persevered. And I think that is a mindset that I feel that many of us who are watching this right now, like those of you who are watching this right now, and for those of you who are watching the replay later, I feel that that's a really important mindset that we need to understand. So I would like to ask you, did you just blindly bang against the wall to say, okay, I just do? Or did you really have a strong mentality to say that, my God, I have faith, I have trust, I need to hustle harder? What kind of mental mindset shift did you have at that point in time?
For me, it's now one of the important things that I tell my students is that, what is your why? I always ask this question. What is your why? You need to know, right? And so for me, my wife is, of course, my family, right? My mom and my grandmother at that time was getting older and older. And I was like, I don't have 50 years to go and make my $1 million and to live a good life, right? Because, my older, parents, family members and all, they are getting older. So I was like, I got to find kind of like a faster route. And I realized that, hey, the online business can make you even much more money in a shorter period of time, right? Because I don't want to work. Because I remember I read a book. I can't remember what book it is. Robert Kiyosaki or something. They asked this question. He said, look at your boss right now, your manager, right? And ask yourself, in 5 years' time, do you want to be like your boss? If the answer is no, you got to do something about it, right? And I was looking at my boss like, no, I don't want to be that person in 5 years' time or even 30 years now, right? I want to build my own legacy. I want to build my, my own, I want to live life in my own terms. So I was like, so when I made a decision, I'm going to do this. It's because, number one, I know it's real because I have friends who's doing very well. So I know it's real. Number two, it's really self-belief, right? My mindset is simple. If I commit to something, I'm going to go all in, and I don't care. Whatever it takes, I'm going to go. So that's why, remember I said I come from science background. I don't know anything about HTML programming, setting up websites. And I remember even until today, the craziest thing I've ever done is that I slept at 5 a.m. And because I was launching my course in JVZoo back in 2013, I think. And I forgot to set up my get response email marketing to link with my product launch. And I was like, holy shit, how do I do this? And that was like already midnight or something. I was like, so I was figuring out how to integrate JVZoo and get response, like all the stuff. And I remember 5 a.m. finally done. And I got to go to sleep because 9 a.m. is the launch. So I wake up at 8 a.m., do whatever, and then 9 a.m. launch. So it's like my mentality is I'll do whatever it takes, because I remember my friend's dad told me that he said, you're still young, right? Work as hard as you can, because when you're old, you won't have the energy and all. So you're still young, you still have energy, just go all in. And to me, one of the reasons is really, like you type in the title there, it's really knowing what is your why, right? And so for me, I literally burned the bridge behind me, so there's no way back, right? I quit my job, then only. Most people, in fact, I'll even recommend this, right? Build an online business first. Once you get, consistent income, either equal or more than your current full-time job income, then only you switch. I would advise that. Yeah. But I did the crazy way, which most people. Someone called me stupid. A very respectable person from the same mastermind that I joined, I paid 5 figures. He was in his 70s. He was a very high corporate. He's not CEO, but top management in a very big company in Singapore, and he was 70s, right? And so I respect him a lot. And we were eating breakfast, and he looked at me. He was like, Gerald, I'm just curious, he said. Did you make money online first, then you quit your full-time job, or you quit your full-time job first, then only you start learning how to make money online? I say I quit my job first, then only I start learning. And he said, you're stupid. I was stunned, and he was stunned as well. And then after that, he like, I don't mean to be rude. Then he's tried to cover back, but it's too late, right? He hit me, and my mentor was right beside me on my right side, and I look at him. He was speechless as well. And that word didn't, well, it hurt me, yes, but in a way, I was like, F you, right? You don't know my story. You don't know why I quit my job. You don't know about my personal life. I was like, I'm gonna prove you wrong, right? And that made me stronger. In fact, I was like, I'm gonna prove you wrong, man. And I'm glad I did it. But really, I mean, there'll be haters. There'll be tough moments in life. There'll be negative people tell you can't do it. It's tough. It's scam. It's whatever it is. You just got to believe in yourself. You got to know what you're doing is right, and just go all in. Really, there's no shortcut.
All right. I mean, that's amazing. By the way, I think like what Gerald was saying, and I also agree with that. Even for me, when I share with my mentees and my coaches, I also tell them the same thing right now, that if I don't advise them to just quit their job and go all in that sense. We will be more realistic about it to say that, learn the skill, earn the money, and when you are able to match it already, then you do the switch as well. So I think I really agree with that as well. But sometimes, for some of us, myself included, if we don't burn that bridge, if we don't 破釜沉舟, sometimes things doesn't happen for us. So disclaimer here, we are not telling you guys to quit your job, okay? So just want to be very, very clear. Okay. Okay, so the next question I have is this, because as you shared your story, right, I pick up another very interesting thing. And this is something that I hear a lot of times from people who ask me all these questions about e-commerce or internet marketing and stuff like this, right? And the thing that you mentioned was that the first thing you did when you realized that this was the one thing that you wanted to do was that you went immediately to find a mentor. And you paid for it, right? You paid quite a huge sum of money for it. But because many people that we speak to, they will always say this, I try first. I do myself first, right? But you went the other route. You're like, no, I know this is real. I'm going to go all in, get someone who has the experience to teach me. Was that the differentiator? Was that the thing that actually made a difference to you? And would you advise other people to do the same?
Definitely. No, I mean, self-learning is good. It's great. Right? Because if you try to depend on mentor or someone else to always help you and feed you with information and all, then you never learn fast. So it's important for you to self-learn and to learn things yourself and all. But at the same time, right? I mean, you look at all these successful athletes today and all successful people today. Everyone has mentors. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos. Everyone has mentors, right? And so let's talk about building online business now, generally speaking, right? If you don't have a mentor, I mean, some people do not have, right? They really build by themselves, right? But I say most people have. So if you don't have one, you would probably need to bang the wall and try to figure everything yourself, all the technical stuff and all the creative stuff and all. Some people will make it, right? Unfortunately, not me, right? I'm from a science background. This is an online world. So, but it would definitely take you a lot of time, a lot of money. That's for sure, right? So the understanding of having a mentor is basically getting someone who have been there and done that, someone who have achieved your goals or whatever goal you want to achieve. And if let's say your goal is to earn $10,000 a month, for example, right, with your online business, find someone who has earned $10,000 a month or more, right? Someone who achieved that, and more importantly, someone who cared about you, someone who cares about you. Right? There are many successful people in this world, but I've been through this before, some bad experiences. Like you pay them a couple of $1,000s, guess what? Right? They might be a good entrepreneur, but they might not be a good coach or mentor. Right? So I've wasted, I think, 5 figures on a few people. But basically the goal of having a mentor is to shortcut your learning experience, to reduce your mistakes so that you reach your goal faster, and you waste less money and you waste less time. And so yes, if you different people charge different pricing, but definitely if you want to have a really, really good world-class mentor, it will cost you some money, more money. But understand that you are investing in yourself, right? You're investing in the greatest power is knowledge, right? So you're investing in yourself. And when you equip yourself with all this knowledge and strategies and wisdom, it stays with you for forever, right? You might be paying whatever the amount, let's say $10,000. I paid 25,000 ringgit for my first ever mentor, right? It's huge because I was broke. I had to borrow money from my mom. Thank you, mom. That was back in 2000 and end of 2011, right? Yeah. So I invested 25,000 ringgit right from the start. Is it a lot of money? Hell yeah. But I know that I'm going to earn 10, 20x of that 25,000. We know that, right? Of course, you need to choose the right mentor. You randomly choose someone from, I don't know, without any track records, right? That's the keyword. Then probably going to burn your money, right? Mm-hmm. But find someone who's been there, done that, and that will really help you to, shorten your what do you call it? Your journey to a success. But here's the thing, right? I want to share this with quickly. One of my students, I remember, Dean Henry. I remember when I had a strategy call him because he wanted to join my coaching program. And I asked him, how long have you been trying to make money online? He said 10 years. 10 years was trying and still, haven't gotten the consistent results. I was shocked. Because at that time, I was only 5 years into my career, so to say. And this guy is 10 years already, like my senior, But I was doing, not too bad. And he was like still, nowhere. So I was like, he's a good man, family man. Long story short, I accepted him, my student. And within the first month coaching with me, he made $11,000. Right. So 10 years of struggling as compared to 30 days, 11,000. Can you see the difference now having a mentor? Of course, this is not, it's not, how to say, not applicable to all situations, but this is, kind of like a story I want to share, like 10 years. I salute him for being able to last for 10 years. I can't last 10 years.
I was already asking you about 6 months, and you're now telling me there's a story of 10 years.
Yeah, there is.
My blown. Okay. Anyway, I think Joycelyn have a question. And Joycelyn, I think we agree with what you're saying. You have to invest like time and money, right? So either invest time or invest money, right? So that's what we are talking about. And Joycelyn has a follow-up question to actually ask, what is your advice? Because you've been there, done that, and you yourself have searched for mentors. You've found good one, you found not so good ones, like you mentioned earlier. So what's your advice on finding the right mentor?
Well, great question. So I think first things first is you got to decide what is it that you want to learn. You want to learn how to play golf? You want to learn how to play tennis? You want to learn e-commerce, email marketing? The specific topic. I'm putting myself in a shoes, right? If I want to learn, let's say, golf, for example, right? Golf. Obviously, do you want to choose Tan Akau from Jalan Bugis, or do you want to choose Tiger Woods? Obviously, most of us, given a choice, we want to choose the best of the best, Tiger Woods or whoever is right now, right? And so for me, my mentality is very simple. If I want to learn that specific topic or skill set, I will look for the best person that I can find. When I mean the best, as in terms of performance. And I'm talking about whole world, not only in just the region, right? And of course, if Tiger Woods, in this case, Tiger Woods not available for coaching, I'll find, the second best or the third best, right? I'll find the best person that I can find to be my mentor, my coach, because I don't want to learn from someone who has no track record, someone who just probably bluff their way with as an influencer and all. I want someone who has track record, and of course, like I mentioned, someone who really cares about you. And what else? I think these are two very, very important factors at as a mentor, because I have a mentor. I'm a coach, a mentor myself. There are two things that I really, really, focus on that I always care about my students. So yeah, I hope I answer your question.
All right. So Joycelyn, let us know if that answers your question. I think to sum it up, I think is to really find someone who's been there, done that, have track record, and the other important factor is that someone who really cares about you. Because if you find someone who's been there, done that, but he don't give two hoots about you, I don't know, you might not be able to get far as well. So that is Gerald's answer to Joycelyn. So I hope that answered her question. Though Joycelyn, just let us know if that is good enough for you. And right now, I'm going to go and dig deep into the golden nuggets. For those of you who are watching right now, we have about 8 about 10 of you who are watching on and off. And for those of you who are still here, I'm sure you are waiting for this. So I'm going to go right into it, right? Okay, so Gerald, just now you were talking about sharing some strategies on how people can find top selling products, right? Products that they could do to really go and be the first movers. And because I think for those of us who are in the e-commerce business, we know that actually research and finding the right product is one of the biggest, most important component of actually doing this business. So given your track record and given your experience, is there some strategies or is there some secret hacks that you don't mind sharing with the audience that who could be watching this?
Well, I wouldn't say secret hacks and all, because there's really no secret hacks. Let me see. There's a couple of strategies here, but I think if you're talking about, let's say, the typical, dropshipping AliExpress, one of the way that you can, one of the strategies is that you can go and do research. It doesn't matter whether you use the Facebook ads library or you search manually or use the, Facebook spy apps, ad spy, or, so on and so forth. One of the ways that you find, right, past winning products. So very important thing that I always tell people is that you have to be so-called the master in your niche. Meaning to say, if you want to sell things related to, let's say, kitchen utensils, kitchen tools, right? So really do super thorough research. Be the master of that niche. Go and find out what has been selling really, really well, in the past few years, right? What are people buying? What are people love? What do they hate? What is lacking, right? You can even go to Amazon and go and see the bestseller with a lot of reviews and go and read as many reviews as I can, right? There'll be some great reviews. There are also some complaints. And, and when you read the complaints, they give you more ideas on how you can improve on that existing winning product. So now that you know what is selling well, guess what, right? You can sell similar versions of it, or you can sell even better, one level up. You sell a better version of the existing winning product. And there are just so many, millions of products in China, from China and all, that you can really source. And even if you really want, you can even, talk to the manufacturer and go and do something, and, add on features basically. So you increase the perceived value of the product. So again, it really depends on your niche and what type of product that you're selling. But in short, find what is selling very well, really understand market. Because if I ask you, okay, if you want to sell in the, if you want to sell like, kitchen gadgets, right? And if I ask you, if I ask you, right, what are the best selling, gadgets in last year, for example? If you don't know the answer, you're not ready to run ads, right? You haven't done your research enough. So there's really no shortcut. You really have to do your research, because if you don't know what has sold well in the past, how would you know what's going to sell well right now? So you need to know what is selling well in the past, and then you do a better version. So probably a quick example that I can give you on top of my head will be maybe the talking hamster toy went viral, right? The talking hamster toy where you talk and it repeats after you. Guess what, right? After that, the talking elephant became viral, and then the talking bear, and all this kind of talking toys became viral, because it's the same strategy. They know talking hamster works. You're just selling a different, different animal in that sense, right? And so again, this was in the past where it's much easier to get sales. It was a unicorn sleeper. It's just a sleeper with a unicorn, and it went viral. And guess what? The next thing that went viral is a unicorn sleeper now with LED lights. You see, enhanced version. So now you know what's selling well. Just if you can do a better version of it, bingo, right? It's hard to go wrong. So that's one way that I want to really share with you.
Amazing, right, guys? If you love this tip right now, if you really love what Gerald is sharing, because I think this is something that he teaches and help his own coachee, right, which people pay him a lot of money for him to teach, to learn all these techniques and things like this. So if you're loving this right now, don't be shy, type in the comment, let us know if you have any questions, and also like and share this video out so that more people can benefit from Gerald sharing. Okay, if not, I want to head back into the comment section, because I think Joycelyn has some amazing question, and I think it's quite relevant, and I just thought that it would be good if we could answer this on the live show as well. So the first question that Joycelyn have is that, by the way, Joycelyn is an amazing videographer, where she's having her own a video marketing agency. So maybe you guys could collaborate and she could do product videos for you. I don't know. And she also have her own agency, marketing agency. So like how can she incorporate e-commerce into this business? Sell more video related gadgets and things like this. Is this something that is with synergy with someone who is a coach, for example? What's your take on that?
Coach. Let me see. So a couple of things that what probably I can expand in if I am Jocelyn is that, number one, yes, I can sell things related in the photography niche, videography niche. This more towards probably it can be physical products from China, right? Jewelry and all this stuff, or it can be, I think, print on demand with T-shirts with all kinds of quotes, all for photographers. People love photography and videography, basically. But I think more the other way that I will explore more, since she's also a coach, is to explore doing what I call information products, right? Building your own courses, building your own, teaching people how to, do video production and all. Just like Nas Daily, right? If you guys follow him, he has a new course teaching people how to, do copywriting, how to do video production and all this stuff. So it's pretty much same as what Jocelyn can do. So probably what you can do is just go and spy on Nas Daily, go and buy all this, his front end product, his upsells and all, and see what he's doing, how he build his funnel, and see how you can do your own version of yours. Because I'm sure you can do, you can do your own version, and you have your own fan base and customer and all. I'll explore. One thing I like about digital products or information products like courses and all this is because fulfillment wise is pretty easier in that sense, depending on what you sell, really. And also the profit margin is higher. So if you charge $1,000, that's pretty much net, of course, excluding your whatever you offer them. But you see, drop shipping and all this stuff, profit margin probably like what, 15-20%. So you have the best of both worlds, But I would say in terms of e-commerce related to video production, in fact, the other thing that people do, if you check out Ecom Vids and all, they offer Ecom sellers to create via video ads, and they charge like what, $600, $699, $799 for one video, and it's pretty good money over there. So yeah, there's just a few things that comes out of my head. I hope that helps.
All right, that's amazing suggestions. By the way, I think Joyce will answer your next question else, which is how you use e-commerce to build an extra income in the service-based business. By the way, for those of us who are watching this right now, I think one of the biggest clarification we would like to make right now is that e-commerce doesn't just restrict to physical products, right? E-commerce, you have physical products, you have digital products, you have info products, you have service as well, you have drop servicing right now. The new hype recently. For those of us who know, there's drop servicing. Basically, it's just being the middleman where you sell people service and you get other people to do it for you. So the idea is the same, but there's really many ways that you can make money online. We have been doing internet marketing for years right now, and there are just many different strategies. And by the way, right, Gerald, just for your information, this is what Joyce is saying, because I know her as well. So she is sponsored to join NAS Academy. So so Jocelyn, so like what Gerald was sharing with you, I guess you can go and spy on them. You can emulate model after success, right? And you'll find success as well. So I hope that answers the question for Jocelyn. And we have now reached, actually we have been talking for close to 50 minutes already. Times really flies, guys. It's been 50 minutes, and I know Gerald is a busy man, and I think Gerald is a very family-oriented man. So I do not want to deprive him to spend time with his daughters, to sing the lullabies, to bring them to sleep. So
yeah, sleep already by now.
sleep already, yeah. Okay, so but then I know Gerald would like to spend more time with his family, so I'm not going to hold him up for too long. So just a few final questions before we let him off the hook, right, guys? So if you all have any questions, this is your other opportunity, the final opportunity to really type in the chat and let Gerald answer it to you. So while you're doing that, I'm going to ask Gerald another question, right? And this question is this, right? How can we get, because we are in a very fast changing world right now. We are in a situation where things changes just with a snap of a finger, and people want things fast. We want instant gratification as well. Now we are business people. We know it takes time. It took you 6 months, right? It took me quite a period of time as well before I've made my first dollar online. Also through Kickbank. So we had the same start from there. But the thing is that many people want it fast today. So my question to you is this, Gerald. If I want to be able to make money fast online today, is there a way for me to do it? If yes, how can we go about doing that?
There's really so many ways, but my way, right? That's why I created a new challenge. I call it the 3-day ecom challenge. It's where, so I mean, you know this, right? I've been doing coaching for many years, of all kinds of different programs and all. And so we even conducted 3-day boot camps and all, right? And so the typical boot camps and masterminds and courses today, they are great, but we teach the students how to set up a website or do product research. Like, it takes days to teach one specific thing, and nothing wrong with that. It's great. But in this 3-day challenge, I teach them a different strategy where you can leverage on print on demand as well as a platform called Bubble, so that you can make your sales really fast by only promoting what I created the proven winner strategy, where you can get sales even without a website. So typically when you do e-commerce, you need Shopify website or WooCommerce and all this other stuff, right? But this strategy that I'm teaching my student is that you're using a platform called GearBubble.com. I know the founder myself. His name is Donald Wilson. I call him Don, right? And so they have processed over $100 million. So this platform, it's legit, right? And in fact, I think it's top 3 platform for print on demand in the whole freaking world, right? And so when you leverage with that platform, you don't even need to create your website, because creating websites is a lot of headache, right? And yes, with Shopify, it makes your life so much easier, but still, some people might take days and weeks. Gearbubble, like, you can launch a product right now literally within a few minutes. I mean, if you have your artwork ready. So, and I create this challenge. Of course, I know it works because I've done it myself. As students who've done this strategy, it works, right? And so, and I have many students who get their first sale within 24 hours of launching their ads. And it's something not easy, because you and I'm not sure how long it took you to make your first sale back then. For me, it was 6 months, right? But this challenge is getting a first sale like within days. And I put 3 days because I feel it's more than enough time based on what I teach. Because my stuff is super straightforward. I don't have those Tony Robbins rah, high five, that kind of stuff where tick up. If you add those up, it's like few hours. Yes, I share a lot of mindset stuff and all. I'm a very big believer in all this. But in the 3-day challenge, it's super straightforward, right? Do this, do that, do this, do that, like, and I give plan of action, and we have results, my friend, right? It's very brave to be able to kind of like, of course I can't guarantee sales, but it's brave to start this challenge and say, hey, I can help you to get sales in 3 days, but let the results speak for itself, and we have results. So it proves that it works. So yeah.
All right. So guys, I mean, you're hearing it from someone who is still currently doing it, right? So if you want to be able to make money online, it's really quite easy today. I really have to agree with Gerald. And Gerald asked me a question earlier, how long did it took for me to make my first sale online? It took me, officially when I stepped into digital marketing, I would say that it took me about 4 to 5 months. That part of time. I did the same thing as, for those of you who know the story, quite similar to what Peng Jun was doing, because I used to play a lot of games as well. So what I did was also I created an info product, a guide on how to make money on World of Warcraft, and then I sold it for real, right? So that was the first thing that I ever done. And last time when I first did that, I didn't find a mentor. I didn't know about. It took me long time to build everything from scratch. I didn't know that I had to build a list. I just sell it. I was very happy I make money, but then I wasn't smart enough to know that I need to build a list until I paid a huge price, and then I started to learn about list building and stuff like that. So for me, it took about 4 to 5 months as well for me to make money, right? And last time when we had a lot of money in Warcraft, people actually offered Bitcoin to buy it. but I wasn't smart enough to understand the potential of Bitcoin, and they did accept it as well. So that was something that happened to me. But today, right now, today with the what Gerald was sharing with Etsy, with Shopify, with Gearbubble, with Teespring, a lot of other all these websites, right? There's so many things that you could do, and you literally just, as long as you have an idea, you can launch an ad. And right now, if you want to do an ad on Facebook, it literally takes you minutes as well, right? If you know what to do, and you could start selling, and for all we know, you could make money within hours, and that is exactly what is happening with they're a student, right? They make money, some of them within a day, and they see results already. So it's definitely able and very much doable right now. So I'm sure many of you who are watching this, either the replay later or something, that you all will be excited to want to find out how you all can actually experience this challenge for yourself and probably learn from someone who's actively still doing this business. So Gerald, if they would love to join you on this journey, what is the best way for them to reach out to you? Is there a website or something for them to get registered? How does this 3-day challenge work?
You can go to digitalincometribe.com/50K, right? And then from there, then it will lead you to the challenge, right? But basically, yeah, that's the website.
Okay, so just to be very clear, I just want to paste it down over in the chat. Oops. So by the way, Gerald, if people who are watching this right now and they'd love to be connected with you, I don't know, maybe to learn more, or to maybe if they are already up for it, they want to do private coaching with you. Is that a way? Could they link up with you as well?
Most people, I mean, I don't know, I think pending friend requests few thousand. So if you friend request me, I don't know who you are. I mean, we have mutual friend, but I think I might not accept your friend. So maybe you can try to private message me, and it might go to another folder. But just mention that you Gavin is a friend, or what. At least I know who you are. So, but yeah, private message through Facebook. That's the best way. If not, you can send an email to our support team at support@digitalincometribe.com. Yeah, so it's all the same, digitalincometribe.com. So, so yeah, there's an email or message me in Facebook.
All right. I mean, by the way, guys, Gerald, no joke, okay? When he says he has thousands of friends, it's true, right? Because Gerald is, people from all over the world want to learn from him. So if you have the opportunity, if you really want to be more connected with Gerald, please, and do it professionally. Please don't just add him and then go call and that kind of stuff. Please mention that you're a friend, or maybe you watch this stream and you really like to learn more. At least he knows what your intention is, and he could add you as a friend. Or you could just go to his page and follow him on his public page as well. You don't necessarily need to add him as a friend. If not, I think the best way is this. You see the link right now below. Join Gerald on this 3-day challenge. You are not going to regret it. Join on this challenge, experience it for yourself, make some money already, and then when you're in the challenge itself, you know Gerald, I'm sure getting the friend request is going to be a lot easier, right, guys? So just do that. Okay, so Joycelyn actually just said, oops, I just sent a friend request. So you know that Joycelyn.
All right, Joycelyn, I'll add you.
Okay, so Joycelyn, you got a new friend on Facebook. Okay, all right. So I hope we answered all the questions. I didn't see any new questions that come in during this whole period, but I managed to ask all the questions that I have already. And normally when we end the session, right, I always just like to ask this question as well, right? Before we end the thing, is that we have this thing that I asked. So if an aspiring entrepreneur come to you today, Gerald, right? If I have no idea what to do, but he wants to be an entrepreneur, he's aspiring to be, and you could only give him one advice, right? I mean, we have been through this, we have tons of advice to give. I know you have tons of advice and golden nuggets to give, but if you can't do that, you can only give one very specific advice. What would that one specific advice be?
Whew. Wow! Suddenly I'm stuck because I have so many advice. Yeah, if you know my students, right? I when I start talking about mindset and all, I can talk for hours, right? But if I ever want advice, I would say 3 words: never give up. Right. So I mean, whatever you do, just as long as you don't give up, you still have chance. right? Especially e-commerce, where it's always constantly testing new products, right? As long as you never give up, your next product might be your big winner. And really, all it takes is one big winner. You can make 6-7 figures, and that the amount of profit that you generate from that one big winner can cover all your past expenses and all your struggles, and your hard work all will be totally worth it. So that's the beauty about e-commerce, really, that I like, that you can constantly test new products every single day. Like with information products, you can't just create new ebooks every day, right? And create new video courses. It doesn't work that way. But print on demand, for e-commerce, physical products, or even print on demand, you can test many different products, designs every day. And as long as you don't give up, then I always believe that you put in effort, you work hard, you always achieve. One day you will achieve your goal eventually, if you never give up. Yeah.
All right, and so that is Gerald's one piece of advice, and it's 3 words: never give up. And then later, actually, to end off the session, I'm going to ask you to say the last word as well. So you can start thinking about it. So I'm going to give you some time, right? So just a heads up. So the advice is never give up, and I really, really love this advice because you only truly lose when you give up, right? That's when it happens, right? So guys, I really love this session. I think Gerald has dropped a lot of golden nuggets for everybody. We had talked about how his mindset, being from broke, right, having 6 months with no income, and then finally make his first sales, the mindset that went through him, his why he's doing all this. And also we talk about the strategies that you could actually use to find top winning products in e-commerce right now. We also answered questions on whether e-commerce is suitable for you, whether this will still be a right time for you to come in. We even talk about how other industry could use leverage on e-commerce to diversify their income streams. And last but not least, of course, we talk about how quickly, right, e-commerce has evolved today, that you could really make money so fast. Now, of course, I think just a disclaimer, before we get banned and we get kicked out or anything like that, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. We are not telling that people can get rich or anything like this. You still need to put in the hard work and everything, but the potential is really, really huge, right? And everybody is on a level playing field right now. It's so simple to be making money. All right, so I'm going to come back to Gerald. I hope you got that word ready. So any last words to end off the... Oh, no, before we do that, right, I'm going to sell Koyok for myself also. So guys, if you're not yet followed me on my Facebook page and anything like that, please follow me on my Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube channel. Remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified whenever we have any new videos that come out. Right, my handle is very clear. It's at Hey Gavin Sim, right? At Hey Gavin Sim. So just search for me, you'll be able to find me, or just search for Gavin Sim and you see a fat little round face dude there. That's me. Okay, so you can add me there as well. So many channels for you to be connected with me. So if you're not yet added me, please do that. If not, this is another amazing session of a conversation with successful entrepreneur. I'm going to let Gerald go join his family very, very shortly, okay? Because I know that he values his time very large. And, to have a session like this with him usually costs a lot of money. So, guys, time is money. So I'm going to let him go very, very fast. And, of course, right, stay tuned for more exciting episodes that is going to come right up early in the next week or so. All right, we're going to be doing more videos. We're going to have more guests coming on. I'm going to ask Gerald to introduce me to people, hopefully, and I'm going to get onto this show to share more secret nuggets with you. All right, so guys, now we're going to end this proper. Gerald, what's your last word to end off the show?
Last word, I would say, wow, there's something. I would say just commit on one thing, because it's easy to go. There's so many things for you to do, right? Stock trading, ClickBank, email marketing, e-commerce, so on and so forth. There's so many shining objects. Commit to one, focus, go all in. Give yourself 1 year or 2 years, right? Give yourself a longer time period, because it takes time to build your skills and all, right? But can you make money online, like within 24 hours or 48 hours of you launching your first ad-on? It's possible. I have a lot of testimonials and success stories. But really, like I said before, you got to put in the effort, right? And you have to implement the right strategy, not just some random strategy that you learn from YouTube and all this stuff. YouTube is good. There are a lot of tutorials, but when it comes to real proper coaching and real systems, I think it's good where you invest and to get to join, whether it's challenges or programs and all, from people who have been there and done that. I mean, Singapore has a lot of e-commerce experts as well, Malaysia as well. I mean, even US has a lot. So, choose the best mentor that you like and just go all in, really, and never give up.
All right. Actually, that was a secret question to let people add in more advice that they want to add. Okay, so commit, focus, and never give up. And guys, that's it. That's all the time we have for this week's Conversations with Successful Entrepreneur. Once again, join me in thanking Gerald for coming onto the show. Right, it's very difficult to grab all his time. So thank you, Gerald, for coming on the show. And guys, I hope you had a great time. And help me to just type in the comment section and thank Gerald. And I shall see you next week for more amazing content. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.